Well, prevention is what we're focusing on this morning in Compute This.
Thor Schrock is the owner of Schrock Innovations, and he's here every Monday. Good to see you, Thor.
Good to see you
Good
guys
morning.
too. It's fun. Yeah, I'm here every Monday. What about her?
Exactly.
You
Where
know?
has she been the
If you
last
missed
few
it,
slacker.
I've had some vacation, and so I just took a Friday or a Monday here and there, and it's been a long time since
Well,
I've seen
I'd like a
Thor.
vacation.
Wouldn't it be nice?
You should work here.
I should work.
We're talking viruses today on our PCs.
Yes.
Break it down for us. How does one get a virus on its PC?
Okay, with your computer, you have to remember the rationale for people to infect computers has changed over time. It used to be like originally it was just to prove you could do it. You know, back in the late 80s, you had viruses called the stoned monkey virus, and all it would do is you turn on your computer and it would just have like a little graphic icon of a monkey,
A dancing monkey.
Yeah,
or
with like
something.
ha ha ha, you know,
Right.
like you're stoned, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then of course in the 90s we saw the I love you viruses and the Melissa virus and all this other stuff. And then it was about spreading virally through email. So people learned I don't open emails from people I don't trust. If a long lost college girlfriend sends me an email saying that she loves me, she probably doesn't, so I shouldn't open it. You know, things like that. You know, you learn those rules. Well, the next generation of people who want to attack your computer are trying to make money. It's not about infecting your computer. It's not about taking your personal information. They could care less about you and your personal information. They want to use your computer to make money.
Do I have to visit a website or open an email or do anything myself to allow that extra party to get that access, or can it just happen without my knowledge or
That's the
automatically
scariest
or whatever?
part. That's the scariest part. So you used to be you could only go to safe neighborhoods. Don't look up free things on the internet like free Justin Bieber wallpaper or free song lyrics, things like that, because those are just like they might as well
They
put a
lure
banner
you
up
in.
that says please infect my computer, because that all of them do. So it used to be you could play it safe, but you can't do that anymore, because now if you do a Google search, about 6 in 10 results are websites that will infect your computer.
Wow.
So unless it's a website that you've been to before that you trust, you really don't know. So the only way you can combat it is by keeping everything up to date. You know, the one question that everybody asks me is, if all these bad guys want to use my computer to make money, how can I use my computer to make money?
So what do you tell
Maybe, I
them?
was
What's
gonna
the
say-
answer?
Well, most people aren't criminals, so it's a little
Right.
Right.
tougher if you don't want to be. There's a reason they want to use your computer and not theirs.
Hey, we talk
Yeah.
about prevention, and Norton 360 is something you recommend a lot. Why is that?
Well, Norton 360 is literally the best protection money can buy. We have been trying to get them to pay us to recommend their software for years. And they say, well, Thor, you're going to recommend it even if we don't pay you, so why would we pay you? So kind of shot myself in the foot there.
Well, that's a good
But
point.
yeah, I guess that's good business right there. But no, honestly, it's the best. And a lot of people will say, well, I can get Norton antivirus a lot cheaper, or I can get Norton internet security a little bit cheaper, or better yet, I can get Norton security scan free from my internet service provider. Well, they're not the same. The Norton 360 has additional protections in it that keep your computer safe. It also has some basic maintenance stuff that keeps the computer running nicely. We recommend it primarily because when we remove a virus from a customer's computer, if they take it home and get reinfected the next week, what usually ends up happening is the customer will bring the computer back in and say, you guys didn't do your job. The virus is still here. And we know we removed the virus and they got reinfected, but you're not going to call the customer a liar, so you're going to remove it again and send it back
Right,
home, and 2 weeks
right.
later it'll come back in again. With Norton 360, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. There's a warranty even.
Yeah. And in fact,
From
we're so
Schrock.
confident it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We throw the whole kitchen sink, like, please get the Norton 360. If you're bringing it in for a virus, if you take it home again and put your McAfee back on it, I think they found that guy, John McAfee.
Well, I saw a piece on
But,
CBS. The law enforcement, they haven't found him yet, but CBS found him.
CBS found
There
the
was a
interview.
piece on the news I saw,
Oh, that's
yeah.
a whole other segment. But basically, if you have the Norton 360 on the computer, we'll actually warranty it for a full year. So if you get infected with a virus, if you have a problem, you think it's a virus, you can call our service center. We can use our Schrock desk even to remote in and look at it over the internet.
Without
You don't need to
physically.
necessarily bring
You
your
don't even have to
computer
leave your
into the
house,
store.
or have anybody in. You don't have to clean for us or bake us cookies or anything.
So you have the
Tis the season.
Norton 360. Cheers. So what is Secure Updater though?
Okay, this is a
separate.
good point. Secure Updater is not antivirus software. Secure Updater is a separate program that works hand in hand with any antivirus software you have. Now, here's the reason. The number one reason, if you have Norton 360, think about it like an alarm system on your house. Your windows and your doors all have sensors. If all of a sudden I find a door, a side sliding glass door that you maybe didn't know you had, maybe it was a new house, you hadn't lived there long. You didn't know there was a sliding glass door there and it's not locked. I can open it and walk right in. Well, that's a new vulnerability in your home security. There are new vulnerabilities in common third-party software programs that we use every day, like Adobe Reader. I mean, we're literally going to be coming up on tax season here in a couple months again. I mean, everyone's going to be using Adobe documents for that, and that's when we're going to see tons of Adobe Reader spam emails trying to infect your computer. Flash player, oh my gosh, you can just go to a website and a movie just starts playing on the website. Guess what? You're infected. And you didn't even see it happen. And sometimes the movie doesn't even play. It just runs in the background. Well, Secure Updater updates all that third-party software and keeps it current. Just this weekend, there was an update for Firefox. Oh, golly, what else was there? There was an update for iTunes, and there was an update for Dropbox in the last 3 days. Yep. All three are programs that people use to some degree or the other to manage even financial stuff on their computer. Yeah. If you keep them up to date, you don't get infected.
Real quick. For people, how do you know you're infected? Because sometimes you don't even know.
Yes.
I mean, and there could be a virus running in the background. How do you take care of that, and how do you know if you're infected?
This is the challenge, basically, because gone are the days when it pops up and says, "Hello, you're infected." If it does pop something up, like if you all of a sudden get a pop-up window that says it's from the FBI, you're infected. This is like you might be a redneck. You might be infected if you get a pop-up that will come up and say, for example, clean your PC. Your PC has 1,000 errors. Clean it now. There's no software on your computer natively that is going to pop up and tell you it has 1,000 errors. That is a virus that's infected your computer, and they're trying to trick you because once you scan for the errors, you'll find them. The big thing to look for is your antivirus. If you can't get an update for your antivirus, if you try to update your Norton or your McAfee or anything and it says there are no updates, or it says error could not reach server, that's an indication.
Then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah,
Schrock Innovations, 3 locations. And if this is something where you want to call in and say, I don't really want to bring my PC in, what can you do with me over the phone? They do have those remote options, as Thor was talking about. So pay attention to these phone numbers as they pop up for both Village Point, Papillion, and Lincoln, and online at SchrockInnovations.com. Thank you very much.
And we
Thor.
do accept payment in cookies. I wasn't joking. We get a lot of cookies this time. We really do.
Sugar, you want the sugar, chocolate chip? What do you
And we
like?
know which customers make good cookies and which ones don't, because we're like, oh, thank you, Mary. And then we just set them on the shelf. Give these to the new guy.
Right. Mine are as hard as a rock. Thank you, Thor.
Thanks, Thor. Thanks for coming in. You might have someone on your gift list who gets a kick out of gaming or even some of those gaming gadgets.
Yeah, and yet you have no idea what to get. There are so many options, and Scott Steinberg will sort through some of them for us next.